got me to thinking about bucket list destinations that I wanted to talk to you about. A few years ago, we got the opportunity to take a very, very special trip. And it was part of a travel agent convention that we went to in Lima, Peru. And we figured while we're there, let's take that excursion to Machu Picchu. It is a place that I'd always wanted to go to, and I figured I might never get to be near there again. And so we landed in Lima, did our convention, and then we hopped a plane with another group of people as well, and went to Cuzco. Now, Cuzco is a very, very high city in the Andes Mountains that I believe is about 12,000 feet above sea level. It's really, really a different place, and a lot of people had to take oxygen that they provided for us in order to breathe properly. But we were there, and it's a beautiful colonial city. It's about 500 years old, and we learned a lot of nice things about the city. It's quite a large city, which I was surprised at. But the next morning, we took a bus in the early pre-dawn hours, because to go to Machu Picchu, it's a full day's journey at least. We got on the bus and arrived at it was a 2-hour bus ride, and arrived at the train station. And I'm going to tell you the name of the town because I had to look it up. It's called Ollantaytambo. And that town is where we boarded a very special train to go through the Sacred Valley to get to Machu Picchu. This train is called the Hiram Bingham, and it is a very fancy train, the fanciest one I've ever been on for sure. Leather seating, beautiful windows, high windows on either side. A dining that was 5-star dining. We had Peruvian specialties on the way over, going through the Sacred Valley, music, singing, and we enjoyed something called a pisco sour, which is the national drink of Peru, and that was also wonderful. But we went through the Sacred Valley with waterfalls and beautiful green jungle-like area with farms and that kind of thing. You could tell we were going to a very special place. When we got to the portal at Machu Picchu, we got off the train, and there were still lots of people. There was a big restaurant there, people walking and laughing and having a good time. But then we got to the portal. The portal of Machu Picchu is a stone structure. And when we went through, this was my experience, maybe not anyone else's, I felt a sense of silence. It was like dead silence, from busy to silence. And all through walking the trails and seeing the archaeological sites and the stone structures and the beautiful mountains, and everything that we did in the 2 or 2.5 hours we walked through there was done in complete, dead, total silence. There were hundreds of people in the park, but no one said a word. It is just that kind of place. And even after we left, I felt that feeling of peace, and that I had been and experienced something really, really special. So yes, that was a bucket list destination for me. And I've included some photos that in the newsletter of our experiences. You may have been there already, but I certainly recommend it if you have not. I just wanted to share with you this experience because, as you all know, it's been a very, very tough year. And know we're anxious to get out there and do some special things. And sometimes any kind of traveling, getting away from home is really good. But if you got that bucket list destination, keep it in your mind, anticipate it. For goodness sakes, try to plan something either next year or even the year after. We never know what's going to happen, as you can tell by the challenges that 2020 has given us, all of us. So I just kind of wanted to plant that in your mind. I really appreciate your listening, and I'm looking at the newsletter like such a loyal subscriber.